put out a message wishing Trump supporters that they never know peace. So we have an epidemic on our hands of out-of-touch actresses and celebrities.
There's something wrong with this person. She's also known as the star of Snow White.
I mean, why accept a role if you clearly despise it of a beloved classic? Like, maybe don't take that role then.
You're gonna have to redo your film again, because this woman is a pig, and you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense.
She went too far. Rachel Zeglur didn't just insult a politician. She didn't just make a dumb comment on a podcast or post a spicy tweet. She declared war on millions of Americans, people who pay for the movies, people who keep Hollywood alive, people who never even knew her name until now, and sure as hell won't forget it after what she said. Because in a now viral red carpet moment, Zeglur allegedly sneered. If you voted for him, I hope you burn in your own little corner of hell.
Vote for Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
That wasn't a joke. That wasn't satire. That was a mask-off moment from someone who built a career off playing likable characters and just revealed what she really thinks of the people watching. And here's the thing. This wasn't a slip. This wasn't her first time crossing the line. This is the same Rachel Zeglur who mocked Snow White fans, bragged about rewriting fairy tales to fit her vision, trashed the original movie, trashed the prince, and trashed the fans, all while collecting Disney's paycheck with a smug little smirk.
Conservatives are calling for the cancellation of Rachel Zeglur after she had some very choice words for Trump and his voters. There were several different posts, but what is really getting under people's skin is when she said, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace." Megyn Kelly even called Rachel a pig. The most shocking part about all of this was that I realized that I actually wasn't following Rachel, so I made sure to do so immediately after seeing that.
This is the same actress who was allegedly throwing props backstage during Evita, caught in leaked rehearsal audio lashing out at castmates and crew. The same one who lawyered up to censor the internet when footage leaked. The same one who reportedly skipped promotional shoots because she didn't want to be associated with certain demographics. And now she's telling millions of Americans, including people who voted, paid, streamed, supported, that they belong in hell. Let's be real. Rachel Zeglur didn't misspeak. She meant it, and fans know it. But here's what she didn't count on. Zachary Levi.
What Rachel Zeglur is posting, that is true hatred, and that is intentional misunderstanding, which seems to be the gist of their rhetoric these days. Weird. Somebody said, another 4 years of hate. May they never know peace. She's talking about her own hate. She is the one causing the 4 years of hate. Yeah, well, they have not figured that part out yet. Elon also commented under one of these screenshots and said, "She sounds mean." Yeah, we already kind of detected that last year.
Her Shazam co-star. The guy who smiled through interviews while she sucked all the air out of the room. The guy who watched her ride a rocket of unearned fame. And now, he's done playing nice. Because Levi just delivered the most polite, professional, and lethal takedown the industry's seen in years. He didn't name her. He didn't have to. And the moment he spoke up, the moment he stood up for the audience she spit on, everything changed. Because Zeglur started the fire. But Levi, he just handed the internet the gasoline. It didn't start with the red carpet rant. That was just the spark, the moment that blew it all wide open. But the fuse? That's been burning for months. Because ever since Donald Trump's surprise comeback win in the 2024 election, Rachel Zeglur's public behavior has allegedly spiraled into full-blown hysteria, especially behind the scenes. According to leaked messages circulating through private Discord servers and influencer group chats, Zeglur was reportedly fuming after the results dropped, firing off unhinged posts like, "F Trump voters. May Trump and his cult never know peace. I don't act for fascists."
Apparently, Disney literally had to hire a social media guru to help or manage Rachel after she posted F Trump and said that she hopes that Trump supporters never know peace. This was a Variety headline. She made a response and she said, that was out of line. I'm so sorry. I was being emotional. I think the guru put that together. And a producer literally had to fly from LA to New York to tell Rachel to her face that she needed to tone down the pro-Palestine comments. And she said back to him, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not deleting anything. And so that was kind of just a moot point. And they're saying that it's hypocritical that Rachel was punished or disciplined for her comments.
Those messages were quickly deleted or buried behind private story walls. But the screenshots, they spread like wildfire. First in theater circles, then Reddit, then TikTok. And just like that, the internet had receipts. And if that wasn't enough, she doubled down on Instagram, allegedly sharing a photo of herself sipping wine in a Dior outfit with the caption, "Middle America can cope." The post vanished after backlash hit, but not before it was screenshotted and shared by fan pages with hundreds of thousands of followers.
Trump supporters can exclude everyone else. They can kick their gay kids out. They can be discriminatory towards all types of groups of people. Yet somebody puts one boundary, right, when it comes to Trump supporters, and it's like, oh my God, how dare you? Listen, I am kind to everyone regardless of political beliefs, but at the same time, people are allowed to have their own boundaries, and I'm not going to be mad at another woman of color saying like, hey, I don't care if you don't like me or not, I'm here to do a job, so who cares? Like, she said what she said. Like, y'all want women of color to just assimilate into whiteness, and that's when you like them more. So no, we're not gonna go back and forth with this gaslighting technique here.
That's when people realized this wasn't a tantrum. This was contempt. Then came the rumors, and they're even uglier. According to one alleged Disney staffer, Zeglur reportedly refused to film a global promo for Snow White when she learned the ad would be airing in conservative-heavy markets. Her exact quote, according to the leak, "Trump fans don't deserve escapism." Let that sink in.
Why she hasn't been fired yet is above my comprehension, because you invested in the wrong person. Do it to a T of what the movie is, and you will make bank. Stop trying to push an agenda, as the left always does, and Hollywood is run by the left. So
she didn't just insult voters. She wanted them cut off from entertainment, from movies, from art, because their beliefs didn't align with hers. And this isn't just speculation. Industry insiders started whispering long ago that Zeglur was becoming toxic to market, that her name didn't test well in certain demos, that the same charm that won her West Side Story was curdling into something far more dangerous, moral superiority wrapped in red carpet glam.
Well, Rachel Zeglur decided to get out in front of Donald Trump winning the election and said basically that there should be no peace for anybody who had voted for Trump. I mean, it was a really, really hateful message, complete with F-bombs everywhere, because apparently that's how the kids talk these days, these young ladies like Rachel Zeglur. Little ingenue that she is, not a very nice little ingenue. Anyway, she said all this, and guess what? People noticed. We did it right here on the show. What did I say? There's no way that they should be employing this woman and putting her out there when this is the kind of nonsense she is spouting.
Privately, one casting director allegedly warned another. She plays to the cameras, but she's drunk on her own PR, and it shows. From skipping Shazam interviews to mocking Snow White fans to melting down during Evita rehearsals, Zeglur's pattern has become painfully clear. She doesn't want to be a star, she wants to be worshipped. And when she's not, she lashes out. But the red carpet rant? That's the one that crossed the line. Because telling millions of voters to burn in hell isn't just unprofessional, it's career suicide. Especially when those same people are the ones who put you on the map in the first place. Rachel Zeglur didn't just alienate a fan base. She exposed who she really is when the mask slips. And for the first time, Hollywood is starting to notice. He could have stayed quiet. He could have smiled, nodded, and played the PR game. Pretended everything was fine while his co-stars spiraled on camera and torched the very people they were supposed to entertain. But Zachary Levi, he's not built like that. Because while Rachel Zeglur was busy alienating half the country, Levi was watching, listening, biting his tongue, until now. And now, he's done. It started with a podcast, casual setting, light conversation, a few laughs. The host brings up Hollywood hypocrisy, the endless virtue signaling, the fake outrage. Levi leans forward, nods, and drops one of the coldest one-liners the industry's heard in years. Should I hate her because she's downstream of voices that tell her I'm evil? Boom. No name, no drama. But everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. And he didn't stop there. He followed it up with a take that burned through social media in minutes. Levi said the problem isn't just the loudmouths, it's the enablers, the executives, the media, the agents who let actors like Zeglur believe they're untouchable. They tell you you're a hero for yelling at people, then wonder why no one likes you. It wasn't rage. It was worse, disappointment. Levi didn't attack. He dismantled. And fans, they ate it up. But that wasn't all. Shortly after the podcast went viral, sharp-eyed fans noticed something else. Zachary Levi had quietly unfollowed Zeglur across every major platform. Instagram, Twitter, Threads, clean sweep, no announcement, no shade, just silence, the kind that screams louder than a press release. Then came the likes. On X, Levi reportedly liked a now-deleted post that read, "Funny how the people who scream about tolerance are the first to wish you dead when you disagree." Subtle? Not at all. Effective? Incredibly. But according to one alleged Shazam crew member, Levi's been over it for a while. They claim that during filming, he told a staffer Zeglur was a walking PR disaster waiting to happen, and warned the studio that her behavior was alienating the fan base. He wasn't being dramatic. He was being honest. And that honesty, it's rare in Hollywood. In an industry where everyone pretends to love each other, Levi just broke the fourth wall. Another alleged insider revealed Levi had told Warner Brothers executives privately, "I won't fake chemistry with someone who openly hates the people we're selling this to." And that right there, that's the moment everything turned. Because while Rachel was busy calling voters evil, Levi stood up and reminded the audience that they're the reason the lights stay on. He didn't scream. He didn't post threads. He just calmly exposed the rot and walked away. And in doing so, he did what few actors in Hollywood have the guts to do. He told the truth. It started with a clip, then a quote, then a podcast. Now it's a full-scale rebellion. Because the moment Zachary Levi broke ranks and subtly but unmistakably called out Rachel Zeglur's meltdown, something snapped online. The fan base that once politely tolerated her Hollywood arrogance didn't just walk away. They turned on her. Fast. X, lit up like a match dropped in gasoline. Users began reposting the resurfaced Trump rant clip, pairing it with the now viral Levi quote. Side-by-side edits exploded across TikTok, showing Zeglur's red carpet sneer 1 second and Levi's calm mic drop the next. The captions? She said we deserve hell? Watch her career go there first. Zachary Levi stayed classy. Rachel lit the match and cried when the house burned. Reddit threads were even more brutal. In one of the top voted posts on our movie Circle Jerk, a user laid out a timeline of Zeglur controversies. The Snow White bashing, the Evita rehearsal drama, the alleged prop-throwing meltdown, and now, political disdain so open it makes Hollywood elites squirm. One thread titled, "She called us monsters. Now she's the villain," pulled over 15,000 upvotes in less than 12 hours. But it got worse. A resurfaced tweet, allegedly deleted shortly after the Levi podcast aired, reportedly showed Zeglur calling Zach a typical white savior actor during the Shazam 2 rollout. No context, no tag, just pure contempt for the man carrying their movie on his back. It was like watching someone detonate their own career in slow motion. And the internet noticed. YouTube commentary channels pounced. One video titled, "Zachary Levi destroys Zeglur without saying her name," hit 400K views in 24 hours. Another, more savage take, "Hollywood's Golden Girl just became box office kryptonite," started trending under the hashtag Rachel Zegler hashtag, the same one her team once used to push award campaigns. Even longtime Zeglur defenders went silent. TikTok creators who'd posted edits of her singing suddenly turned to meme formats mocking her meltdown. One viral post paired her "Burn in Hell" line with the caption, "When the $12 popcorn crowd finally fights back." The tone shifted completely because this wasn't just drama anymore. It was personal. Zeglur didn't just insult haters. She went after the very people who make Hollywood run. The middle America moviegoer, the parents who bring their kids to Disney films, the fans who used to support her with zero hesitation. And now, they're done. Zachary Levi, with a few calm words and a blank unfollow, did what no backlash cycle could. He gave those fans permission to push back. And they did. With memes, with edits, with unsubscribes. Rachel Zeglur went from rising star to digital punching bag in less than a week. Because in today's world, fame can't save you from fallout. Not when the audience finally wakes up and decides. You're the villain in your own story. The suits thought they had time. They thought Rachel Zeglur could ride the storm, just smile, shift the narrative, and let the PR machine polish it all away. That's the playbook. That's always the playbook. But this time, the script fell apart. Because by the time studio execs finally stepped in to contain the chaos, it was already out of control. The Burn in Hell clip had gone global. Zachary Levi's silence had turned into a rallying cry. And fan backlash wasn't trending, it was metastasizing. Damage control kicked in fast. But it looked desperate. Insiders say Disney's PR team immediately began drafting apology talking points for Zeglur. Lines like, "My words were taken out of context," and "I've grown since then." You know the type, manufactured humility with just enough vagueness to avoid real accountability. Problem is, she reportedly refused to read them. One alleged studio mole claims Rachel called the draft insulting and said she wouldn't walk back something that needed to be said. You can almost hear the eye roll from across the room. Her agents? Panicking. Sources say they begged her to lay low, deactivate social media, maybe even disappear for a bit. But Zeglur, allegedly convinced the backlash was rooted in hate, chose defiance. And now she's radioactive. Internally, some execs are allegedly using the word that every actor fears most, unpromotable. It doesn't mean she's blacklisted yet, but it means the calls are stopping. The scripts are drying up. And the big budget campaigns? They're moving on to safer bets. Meanwhile, Zachary Levi, unbothered, booked, busy. He's shaking hands at premieres, signing new voice deals. Rumored to be in talks for a streaming drama series that actually wants a no-nonsense leading man with a clean image. He didn't cancel her. He didn't even try. He just stood there while Rachel Zeglur torched her own career. One headline, one tantrum, one Trump rant at a time. And Hollywood? They're not trying to stop the fire anymore. They're quietly backing away, hoping it burns itself out before the investors start asking why a leading lady just turned into a liability. This isn't just about Rachel Zeglur, and it's definitely not just about Trump. This is about the growing chasm between Hollywood elites and the people who actually keep the lights on. The fans, the moviegoers, the everyday viewers who are tired of being insulted by the very stars they support. Zeglur isn't the first actor to spew contempt for the other side. But the reason this one hit like a wrecking ball is because it revealed what a lot of fans were already starting to suspect, that the people who run Hollywood don't just disagree with them, they despise them. It's not about policy. It's about attitude, arrogance, disdain. What Rachel said wasn't some off-the-cuff political take. It was a smug, gleeful jab, allegedly wishing fire on half the country. And worse, she said it while being pampered on red carpets, wearing luxury gowns paid for by the same working-class families she trashed. It was never about being woke. It was about being ungrateful. Because for every Evita rehearsal, every Marvel screen test, every front row seat at Fashion Week, there's a middle American family who bought the ticket, who streamed the trailer, who made her famous in the first place. And what did she give them in return? A middle finger and a match. Meanwhile, Zachary Levi's calm response, measured, non-confrontational, but impossible to ignore, didn't just defend his fans. It exposed the fraudulence of a system built on virtue signaling and fake tolerance. He didn't need to name her. He didn't need to trend. He just reminded the industry and the audience that not everyone in Hollywood drinks the same Kool-Aid. That some actors actually respect the people watching from the cheap seats. And that standing up for the silent majority isn't a career risk, it's a breath of fresh air. Because if this is where the industry is headed, where stars openly laugh at the people who made them stars, then something's got to give. And with every meltdown, every quote, every fake apology avoided, Rachel Zeglur is becoming the face of everything fans are sick of. This isn't just a scandal, it's a cultural turning point, and it's not going away. So let's be clear, Rachel Zeglur isn't being taken down by haters. She isn't being unfairly targeted or misunderstood. She's imploding, publicly, proudly. And the fuse wasn't lit by fans or the media. She lit it herself. From Snow White arrogance to Evita tantrums to lawsuits, backpedals, and now this, allegedly telling millions of Trump supporters they deserve to burn in hell. And then doubling down. No apology, no walkback, just smug quotes, cryptic posts, and a tone-deaf silence louder than any statement. But this time, the audience didn't stay silent, and neither did Hollywood. Zachary Levi, calm, focused, and done playing the PR game, finally said what everyone was thinking. Without drama, without shouting, just a few words and a clear message. The fans matter, and when someone spits on them, don't be surprised when they spit back. Hollywood needs to understand something. This isn't 2016 anymore. People aren't scared to speak up. They're not going to sit there, buy your tickets, stream your shows, and stay silent while millionaires mock them from a pedestal. The era of elites laughing down at the people who made them famous, it's over. Zeglur thought she could get away with it, that she could trash half the country and still walk red carpets without a scratch. But she forgot one thing. The people she mocked were the ones holding the camera. And now, the lens has turned. If you're tired of Hollywood's hypocrisy, if you're done with stars acting like gods while treating fans like dirt, hit that subscribe button. This story's far from over, because when the next meltdown comes, and trust me, you'll want to be here first, because the people are awake, and they're not going back to sleep.